What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Thanks for watching. We're gonna head back to the shooting range here in just a second, but before we get started, I wanna show y'all the new toy I recently bought, because you're probably gonna be seeing this in a lot of upcoming videos. This is our brand new Can-Am Maverick X3 Turbo. Now, this is actually not the fastest one they make, believe it or not, but trust me when I tell you, it is fast. Easily the fastest side-by-side I've ever been in my life. And it is very cool and very expensive. I'll go ahead and hop in real quick because the inside of this thing is what surprised me the most. It literally feels like you're sitting in the cockpit of a race car. Million buttons and switches and all kinds of stuff you can do to this thing. It is push start. So if we push that button, you can see the dash light up. It had 0 miles when I bought it, and now we're at 74. So I have been driving this thing a little bit. Now, I've been wanting one of these for a couple years, and initially I was gonna get a Polaris RZR. I'm sure you're all familiar with those. They both have their pros and cons. I do like the look and the shape of the Can-Am just a little bit more, but the RZR has its advantages as well. They're both extremely expensive. The only thing I don't like about this is it is a squeaky bastard. Every bump you hit, every time you slow down or come to a stop, it is squeaking like crazy. And from what I've read, apparently that's just what Can-Ams do, especially when they're new. So hopefully it goes away as we start to break it in. But this ain't Whistling Diesel. I'm not gonna get too into the specifics, but like I said, you guys will be seeing this quite a bit on the channel. So if you have any ideas for it, let me know down in the comments below. I was thinking we could mount a mini gun on top, 50 cals on each door, maybe an RPG on the back, just endless possibilities for this thing. Anyway, let's go shoot. And yes, we are driving this beast to the range. Yeah, this thing absolutely rips. Maybe next time we'll take it down into the woods and hit some trails or something like that. But let's get to our video. Today, we have the LFA Apollo 11. This is a 9mm 2011 pistol from Live Free Armory. They've got several different sizes, variants, etc. We got the full-size version with the 4.9-inch barrel. And what intrigued me about this pistol is the price. At under $1,000, this might be the most affordable 2011 I have found so far. If you don't know, usually they're closer to $2 grand, some are even north of $3,000. So $1,000 for a 2011 is a very good deal. If it works, of course. But we've got this bad boy out here, so we're gonna give it a shot. Did we just discover the best 2011 for the money? Let's find out. All right, let's try this thing out. Couple features off the top of my head. It has a bushingless bull barrel. You can see how thick that barrel is. It's also slicker than snot. When you rack the slide, it feels like it's on bearings, which most 1911s and 2011s do. Something about the way these guns are designed just makes the action so incredibly smooth. It also has lightning cuts in the front of the slide, not a ported barrel, just cuts in the slide. Thumb safety, grip safety, textured grip all the way around, 3.5 to 4.5 pound trigger, so not too heavy, not too light. It also has a recoil reduction system in there, I believe. And I will say before I even shoot it, it feels great in my hand. So let's see if it works. The most important question with any 2011 is, can you air rack it? Yep, it's already passed the most important test of the day. Let's see if it works. Okay, the trigger is not quite as light as some other 2011s I've shot. Not too heavy, it's just not as light as some others, but it does feel good. Okay. It did fire all the rounds, and as you can see, it locked the slide back as well. I'm gonna be honest, it is extremely smooth. It feels like the slide is just going back far enough to pick up the next round, but not hard enough to make it snappy. It's got a very, very nice recoil impulse. Not saying it's a staccato, but that is kind of what it reminds me of, honestly. Let's shoot it again. And just to show you guys how smooth the action is on this thing, if I take 2 fingers, put it on the back of the slide, it is that easy to cycle. There's almost no resistance. Let's see how fast we can do a mag dump and stay on target with the recoil reduction system in this thing. I'm not even sure where the sights are zeroed, to be honest, but I think it's close enough. I might have missed 1 or 2, but man, it really is incredible how flat the pistol stays when you shoot it like that. See if we can hit those tiny little targets. Man. So, I know I mentioned the trigger weight earlier, 3.5 to 4.5 pounds. I will say the travel feels incredible. Very short break, short reset. It's tactile, audible. Overall, a good trigger. And there is an adjustment screw right there in the back. So I assume you can finally tune it to what you prefer. But I think out of the box, it's actually pretty good. Let's smoke a little pot, Hickok 45 style. Ah, I lost my sodas that were over there. Yeah. Okay, the sights are a little bit off. I'm having to aim kind of high and to the right to actually get a good hit. And when you're shooting little 8-ounce soda cans, it's not the easiest holdover, but we eventually got it. See if there's any survivors. Whoa. Damn, dude. How'd we get 2 epic reactions on a clay pot and a little empty pop can? Both of them just got yeeted up and over our backstop. Now, one thing we've been doing lately to test accuracy is try and hit steel at 100 yards with the handgun. If it can do that, I say it passes the test, because I don't know about you guys, but I would not expect much more from a handgun in real life. Now, like I said, these sights are actually not even zeroed, so we're gonna use Kentucky windage and see if we can do it. By the way, this is my very first attempt, no jump cuts, nothing like that. I don't want you to think I'm hiding anything, so we're going raw. I'll aim for that orange target. Smoked it on the very first shot. I'm aiming like 5 feet above it. That is crazy. Smoked it with every single one of them. Okay, there's the 100-yard test. I might have got lucky on the first one. I held like 4 feet above the target, and sure enough, it smoked it. I knew we were shooting low even at close range, so I figured at long range it would be really low. But I would say the Apollo 11 is definitely an accurate enough pistol. At least at 100 yards, which for me is plenty good enough. All right, guys, before we go, since I do have the Can-Am out here, I want to try something I have always been curious about. You probably guessed it, a drive-by. I have a coffee can sitting on the table here with shaving cream inside of it and another little surprise as well. I want to see if we can hit the target while driving past at a decent speed. I think in most drive-bys, the driver is not also the shooter. But I'm by myself today, so let's see if we can make it happen. Oh man, I think I missed every shot. Took a couple tries, but we got it. Well, we definitely had a few misses. It is surprisingly difficult to keep a handgun steady while you're in a moving vehicle, at least back here on this terrain. So I did have several misses, but here is our coffee can. And just to defend myself a little bit, you can see there's a ton of holes in that thing. I probably hit it like 6 to 8 times, but I wanted to get the desired result, which we eventually did. And then here's our shaving cream can. Right there, it's got a couple holes in it, and as you can see, shaving cream was thrown all over the property. And I know that technically wasn't a drive-by because I did come to a complete stop and just unloaded on that coffee can from about 10 or 15 yards away. But I realized pretty quickly hitting a little 2-inch target while driving past, hitting bumps and trying to aim a handgun probably wasn't gonna happen. So I spun the block one more time, stopped the vehicle, and we made it happen. That was pretty sweet though. All right guys, it's starting to rain, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed the LFA Apollo 11 2011 pistol. I wanna thank them for sending it out, and I was pleasantly surprised with this thing. It's obviously no staccato, but it's also a third, maybe even a fourth of the price. And for me, it worked really, really well today. Obviously, I can't speak to longevity or long-term durability. I've only had it for a few weeks, but it was very reliable, worked well, and I just love the way these pistols are designed. It doesn't get much more comfortable than a nice 2011. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Also, give me ideas for the Can-Am, realistic ones preferably. Obviously, I would love to mount a minigun turret to the top of this thing, but we all know that's probably not gonna happen. So again, hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know down in the comments below. As always, hit the like button for me, guys. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.